Okay, hi everyone, Daryl here. Yeah, so there's this topic that I'd like to touch on. It's actually the significance of the oil futures hitting a negative. So, if you guys are not familiar, right, there are two main oil futures that are traded. So one is called WTI oil, and then the other one is Brent crude. Okay, so this WTI is actually stands for West Texas Intermediate. What it actually means is that this pricing is based on the oil that is generally uh, extracted by like uh, certain portions of the world but and in US, right, primarily like Texas or North Dakota, right, they will uh, they will be extracting oil, and then they will come out with this WTI oil. So if you see like yesterday, right, and the yesterday, I mean not yesterday, the this morning Singapore time, this morning, oil just turned negative. I think it was negative 30 over dollars, which means that if let's say I have a contract on this WTI oil, right, I will actually pay you to take the oil off me. Okay, and then it's a bit perplexing. So a lot of people say, hey, then like that oil is like essentially free. Okay, one thing is that you first got to understand what are futures. So futures, as what it says, is actually a contract to say that in the future you will be delivered this good. So like for example, if I'm trading oil, let's say I'm trading oil with my friend uh, Mr. A. Okay, so if let's say Mr. A wants to sell me a gallon of oil, right? A barrel of oil, he cannot sell me a barrel of oil and carry the barrel of oil and pass it to me. So what we'll do is that we will most probably have like a piece of paper, a contract that says that he will deliver this oil to me on a certain date. So that's the meaning of futures. So in the future, something will be delivered to you. So it's a contract. It's a contract that you will be delivered something in the future. That's why it's called oil futures. Okay, so in the future, somebody will be delivered this barrel of oil, and then this barrel of oil, in the meantime, let's say the contract is due to expire in May. So in May, right, somebody will be delivered this barrel of oil. But in the meantime, before May, you can go and trade it, which means that if let's say I bought this barrel of oil from this oil refinery, or sorry, oil, what does it call? Oil producer. Okay, we just say oil producer. So this person is actually digging up oil, then this company is digging up oil, then I go to this company and say that, okay, I would like to have a barrel of oil. Then the company will say, okay, how much are you willing to pay me? Then I say, okay, I'm willing to pay you maybe 30 US dollars, which means that I pay this contract 30 US dollars, and then in May he will deliver this barrel of oil to me because I paid for this $30 contract already. But in the meantime, right, somebody next door may say, oh, I want to buy a barrel of oil, and I think I'm willing to pay like $35. So I will sell him my barrel of oil. But do I sell him the physical barrel of oil? I don't. I actually sell him the piece of paper which I sign with this oil producer. So this guy who's digging up oil, right? He sold it to me for 30. I take this contract and I sell it to this other person for 35. Then this person, if he wants to make money, right, he can actually sell it to another person for maybe like 38. Then that 38 may sell it to somebody for 40. So this is how oil futures move. Okay, what happened was that the oil futures are going to expire because May is coming already. So now it's 21st of April. May will come in just over like 10 days. About 10 days, then it will be May already. So what happens is that a lot of people started to panic. Why? Because all these people, they are trading oil. So like a lot of times you say, oh, why is it that oil prices are so high? All these sort of things. A lot of things come with speculation. That's why this recession is going to be really, really painful for a lot of people, is because a lot of people don't realize that we have been in this overinflated scenario for the longest of time. What people are doing is that they are actually speculating. Like for me, right, I'm buying the barrel of oil from this oil producer not because I have a use for this oil. I'm buying the barrel of oil from this oil producer because I think that in the near future I can make some money out of this contract. I only want a piece of paper. Do you think I want the barrel of oil? I don't want. I don't want the barrel of oil. Firstly, I got nowhere to store it. Secondly, it has to be refined. So oil has to have a refinery. That means you have to go and refine oil so that you can sell it as petroleum at the gas pump or something. You cannot just take that barrel of oil and then just go to the gas pump and then or just pour it into your car. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so it's unrefined oil. Okay, and this barrel of oil, right, has no use to me, but the contract, right, is of use to me. Why? Because I take this piece of contract and I speculate. So the oil market is in this position whereby it's always speculating. Somebody is buying a contract so that they can sell it to someone else. And what happens is that all these people who were speculating oil, they they reach the point whereby because of COVID-19, because of the coronavirus situation, the demand for oil is very, very low. Okay, like air travel is almost non-existent. So aeroplanes are not flying. They are huge consumers of oil. A lot of factories, a lot of industries are under shutdown. So there's no oil at all. People, and in a lot of cases, right, a lot of people may think that I am driving electric cars, but where does this electricity come from? Okay, they actually uh, fossil fuels like all these, right? They burn oil to generate electricity in many cases. Okay, so when industries are down, electricity usage is down, air travel is down. Even in Singapore, right, when you drive on the roads, right, I'm quite sure if you go and ask all the petrol stations, right, they will tell you that business is also down. Okay, so the usage of oil is at an all-time low across the world. So what happens? So these people, right, who were holding these contracts, right, uh, the oil producer is calling them and saying, hey, one more week or another 10 days, I'm going to send you a barrel of oil. Then these guys are thinking, crap, where do I actually keep this barrel of oil? I don't have it. Okay, so what to do? There are places to store oil. So there are oil storages. So you can go to certain places in US and then you go and store oil. But the problem is that the demand has been weak for very, very long already, for maybe like the last couple of months already. So China has been locked down. China is like the is I think it should be like the world's greatest consumer of like all these uh, fuels, right? So their demand is very, very low. uh, Oil demand globally is extremely low, so there has been a huge pile up, and then a lot of people have been storing oil. So you even though you receive the barrel of oil, right, you cannot receive the barrel of oil, you have to store it somewhere. And after you store it already, right, you have to refine it, so there's still cost involved. Okay, so the people who are holding onto these contracts, right, oh no, what happens? The oil is going to come here. So I'm thinking it's not going to come to me. And even if let's say I buy it, right, like now let's say they're giving away oil for free, $0 free. I take it for what? I take it already, right, I still need to go and store it. I store it already, right, I still need to go and refine it. I refine it already, I still got to go and sell it. Okay, so you cannot just buy oil for the oil futures contract for like $0. They are giving away. Even if they pay you, that means negative $10. Take this barrel of oil, I give you $10. You want to take or not? Because you take already, right, they will deliver this barrel of oil to you. Where you store it? Where you refine it? Don't know, right? No more places to store, because in US, right, all the storage facilities for oil, right, is already almost up to its max already. So it's it's like demand and supply. So there's high demand for these storage facilities, right? What will happen? The people who are running these storage facilities will jack up the price also. Okay, and then what will happen? So imagine if you take the oil for like free, $0. I give you a barrel of oil. Okay, now you want to store it, right? Okay, you need to pay how much money? After you store it already, right, you need to extract it, right? As you got to refine it, right, you still need to pay again. Okay, so is it worth it or not? No, it's not worth it. So that's why people are dumping away contracts. Now what people are doing is that they are taking this oil futures contract and say that I don't want it at all, I don't want it at all, just take. Okay, yeah, I lose all my money on this also okay. In fact, I lose all my money also never mind. I don't want the oil barrel to come to my house. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to pay you like ten US dollars per barrel of oil, right? Just to take it away from me. Because I don't want to have the headache of going to find storage facilities. I don't want to have the headache of going to have it refined. Yeah, so that's the main reason why it plunged below $0, which meant that it went negative. So the people holding onto these contracts, right, they're giving you these contracts for free. Not only are they giving you for free, they're giving it to you and paying you to take it off them. Okay, but is it significant or not? Yes, it is. So these are contracts that will expire in May. Okay, and then the next contract will expire in June. So you see that May contracts are negative, which means that you could actually get paid to receive oil, which is all-time ridiculous. And then so oil is actually cheaper than Coca-Cola. Okay, and then in June, right, the oil futures are still there. So that means that I think they're still positive. They should be positive. But come closer to the end of May, this thing may happen again. Okay, so that means that contracts are going to expire, and then people are going to say, okay, I'm going to send out this barrel of oil to you in June. Okay, so they can't turn off the tap also. They can't just turn off the pump and say that, okay, I stop pumping oil. Sometimes some machinery, right, if they stop, the oil pump may get jammed. It, there's an added cost to restarting oil extraction. Okay, so the cheaper alternative is just to pump. Okay, maybe to limit the speed at which it pumps. But I'm not an expert in that portion, so I don't know. But this is a deeper understanding of what is the difference between, uh, I mean, uh, oil, WTI oil and Brent crude, and then after that, what does it mean to hold a futures contract, which is actually essentially what is oil. So a lot of people say, oh, oil dropped to this certain price. Okay, it's not really oil dropped to this certain price. Okay, oil futures dropped to this certain price. Futures is the contract. So people are actually trading the contracts. So if you go to like Wall Street, a lot of them they make their money. Oil traders they make their money by trading contracts. Do they actually want the oil? They don't want the oil. Okay, so all these are all speculators. And what's happening is that the economy is reaching a stage whereby nobody wants oil at this juncture, okay, because everything is slowing down. So due to the intense slowdown, right, uh, we have so much oil that there's nowhere to go, and prices are plummeting. So it tells you how serious this recession is going to be, because never uh, in my life have I seen oil turn negative, oil futures turn negative. Okay, and well, that's just to put everything into perspective. It doesn't mean that when you go to the petrol kiosk, right, they're going to give you oil for free. Because even if oil was given for free, there's still a storage cost, transportation cost, refinery cost, and all these all add up. So you should be able to see some price savings at the pump, at the fuel pump, but in all honesty, it will not be zero because there's still cost to holding, cost to refining oil. So this is important to note. And yeah, so that's the main reason. So in the past, right, you just buy whatever contract, right, like China's insatiable appetite for oil can always take the oil off you, but now that's not the case anymore. Okay, so I hope I explained the significance of oil dropping below $0 and oil futures turning negative. And yeah, that's all. Stay safe everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.